Can President Trump really call this a victory, or do you think he just kind of fell into Kim Jong-Un's trap?
Well, I would say neither. I'd say this is the first moment of a long story. So we just don't know the ultimate outcome, and we don't know how to score it. On the plus side, I think let's give President Trump and Kim credit for meeting and for having a collaborative session. The atmosphere looked very good. I think on the question mark side is, will Kim honor the agreement? Will he actually perform as he indicates and move toward denuclearization, right? And then on the, I would say the negative side is for the U.S. is if there's moves from the U.S. to take U.S. troops off of that peninsula or cancel military exercises absent similar moves, equivalent moves from North Korea, that is a loss for the U.S. and for U.S. allies, South Korea and Japan.
Oh, how big of a concession is that, really? And what do you think the U.S. can get in return for that?
Well, I would hold that till the very end, meaning those troops guarantee the security of South Korea. Those troops have kept peace since the end of the Korean War for 60-some years. So that is a huge element of U.S. security posture in Northeast Asia.
Yeah.
And I would not say we're going to strip those out and hope you perform. I think you say we need to see performance from the North, and then we can talk about making adjustments with the troop level.
The one thing that we did hear from the President during this press briefing was that these sanctions would remain in place until he sees some type of real progress. That's still the biggest card that he has.
That's smart.
Does that give him still enough leverage to kind of see this through?
We'll see, because on Kim's side, what's working for him in this is sanctions over time can leak. And especially when there's a positive moment, then other countries and individuals who say, well, why am I complying if the whole relationship's going positive? So there might be more border leakage in China. There might be other kind of problems with it. So that you might see some deterioration in the sanctions regime, even though the U.S. is still trying to do what it can to keep them intact.
How about the other peripheral parties in this, watching from afar? Did China get a good victory here? And is Japan going, what have you conceded?
Well, I think China would say anything that reduces U.S. military presence in the region is good news for China. And secondly, any steps that reduce confidence among U.S. allies and U.S. leadership, meaning if it's a surprise to South Korea that what we just did, if that wasn't consulted and there wasn't a consensus on that, then we gave a good friend a shock. And that is good news for China as well. So you've got to manage a relationship.